All right, so the first thing we're going to do here is with all these problems, we're just going to copy the values for the calculator. You just click that, and then you open the statistics calculator. This is the way all these problems start. Then the next thing is you always paste the values, and you get your whole list in there. All right. Apologies for the shakiness. It's tricky to do all this. Then you go to this menu, this drop-down menu here, and click it, and we want the calculator menu. Another one pops up, a sub-menu, and we get the choice to do linear regression. That's what we're going to do. Don't do anything with that diagnostic, just leave it off and calculate. All the problems start this way. All right, now, at this point, what you want to do, like I even messed this up with one of the other classes. You want to make sure you check which way it's rounding. Just like double check. So go back to the other page, and it says for the, what's it called? For the equation, it is rounding, let's see, for the equation, it's rounding all coefficients to the nearest hundredth. All right, so that's not so fun, but whatever. So we're rounding these to the nearest hundredth. So we've got our y equals ax plus b, so let's round first of all even what this is talking about. So a, the nearest hundredth, this is the hundredth place right there. This is telling me it's staying at a 0, because if this was 4, if this was 5 or higher, it would drive the 0 up. So this becomes 1.10, which is really just 1.1. This, same deal, this is the hundredth right there. The 5 is driving it up. So that 6 is going to change to a 7. It becomes negative 12.77. So that's our A and our B. So our equation is going to be y equals 1.1x minus 12.77. All right, so that's our equation. It's y equals ax plus b, which is the exact same thing as y equals mx plus b. So they just replaced a with m. I'm going to write this just on this board since I'm doing this on a video. I don't feel like having to remember this. So we got y equals 1.1x minus 12.77. So now I go back to, whoa, probably made you dizzy, the other screen, and I got to put that stuff in the actual equation. So people at home, you're not going to hear me for a minute. So got to put this in here as the equation, the regression equation. Y equals 1.1x, 1.1x minus 12.77, I think. Cool. So that's the equation part, all right? Let's clear all this off here. Clear ink. Now the final answer part, this is where you have to read carefully. It's a little tricky. Using this equation, find the projected test grade to the nearest integer for a student with a homework grade of 84. So the homework grade is your x, all right? So what you're doing here, do I want to go back up there? Yeah. Your homework grade is your x. Your homework is an 84, all right? So you're taking this equation. You have y equals 1.1x minus 12.77. So this homework grade of 84, that's a homework grade. That is an x. So that is going in right here. So you just write, you basically plug that in. Y equals 1.1 times 84 minus 12.77. And you can put this in your calculator exactly as is. Even most of you had, I'm not guaranteeing whatever for your iPhone calculator, but whether it's this calculator or what's it called? The big yellow one. So you can go 1.1, you could try it on your iPhones, 1.1 parentheses, 84 parentheses, minus, make sure use minus and not a negative sign. There is a difference. If you use a negative sign, it'll give you an error. Like on this calculator, there's a minus sign, a negative sign down here. Do not use that. So we hit enter. 79.63. 79.63. Now this, again, you got to read carefully. 79.63. This one, they're rounding to the nearest integer. Integer means a whole number, all right? So 79.63, so we're rounding to here. This 6 is driving the 9 up. So this actually goes up to an 80. So that's it. So again, we got to go over here. That's the score. Hopefully it's right. It's not easy to calculate and do all these things at the same time. Yes, jackpot. All right, under 6 minutes.